Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys had a great weekend. A couple things I want to go over really quick prior to prior to us getting started on this lesson. I sent an email out to everyone who was missing assignments. Not a lot of people have followed up, or you might think it's not you. Please go to the stream that I showed you and go over how to look up what assignments you've turned in, because there is a lot of people who have not turned in assignments. Okay, you might be missing one, you might be missing a handful, but please go and take a look, because this evening I'm going to start putting in zeros for those assignments. Also, the test is going to be closing out tonight at 11:45. You only have an hour to complete the test when you go in, so please make sure you are completing the test. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the chat, so I'm trying to see if I can help you guys with that. Hi, everyone. Okay. So, does anyone have any questions? Please make sure you're checking your assignments so that you know that you've completed your own assignment, and please make sure that you do the test. The retakes for the test will be starting tomorrow morning. I'll be putting them in first thing in the morning. I just said that, tomorrow morning. So I'm actually really impressed with the test results. For the most part, I think the lowest average I saw was a 77 for a class, and the highest one was like an 88. So really good scores so far. I was really proud of you guys. Anyone who desires a retake, you are welcome to do it tomorrow, starting tomorrow, and it'll be open until Friday night. Okay? Are there any other questions? You may type your question in. In the meantime, what period was what? I didn't really look. Analysis questions for this class, I'll be posting it later today. Off the top of my head, I don't know, Kip. I didn't look at the individual classes. Not everyone has taken the test, so I didn't look at the individual classes. I'm hardwired in, so any lag is definitely not going to come from my end. I'm hardwired into my system today. I'm not using Wi-Fi. Hey, Jake. All right, so let's get started. I don't want to keep you for too long. Okay. We're going to look at activity 80A today. And in the homework, embedded in the homework, I will post the pages for this activity so you can go back and read it. It is only a reading, so it's not going to take us too long to get through today. And then we'll go from there. Okay? All right, so Aiden says hello. All right, so we're looking at some of Newton's laws of motion as they pertain to, okay, 80A is not showing up. Oh, I apologize. I think it's 81A. Give me 1 second to locate it. For some reason, it's not showing up in my book. That could be why I didn't originally assign it. And I don't actually have that section in my version of the textbook. Well, that explains a lot. There is a section 80A effects of gravity, but I don't have that in my version of the textbook. Isn't that interesting? All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip 80A, and we'll come back to it tomorrow because I will get a copy of your textbook today when I go on campus. Yep. It is not in my version of the textbook. All right. So we'll do that tomorrow and we will switch up to 81. Now, 81 is a net force challenge. Okay. So let's look. And it's probably we're probably going to have to readjust the camera because it's a lab. So, and I apologize. I did not realize for whatever reason they didn't put it in my own personal version of the book. So looking at the net force challenge, we need a wooden block, 2 metal cylinders, 2 force meters, and a rubber band, which turns out to be already on my table. So lovely. Oh, we did the net force challenge. So back to 82. All right. So activity 82 is braking distance. Okay. So we need a cart, a ramp, 2 tracks, a cloth strip, a meter tape, a meter stick, and some tape. Okay, so I have it here, and we will set it up here. Little disappointing that we have to go through this, but hey, it's science, right? So you guys get to see. Oh, by the way, while I'm setting this up, some of you may see your notebooks in the background. I do want to let you know that you guys are going to get, actually, let me set it up the other way. You guys are going to get an opportunity to pick up your notebooks if you would like to pick up your notebooks. I'm going to set it up for this weekend. So I'll post the details of that on Edsby later on in the week as well. Okay, the only thing we don't have is the cloth, which is here. Okay. So what we're setting up, that's the one I like that. Okay. And now I'm covered in fluff. All right. So I'm setting up this track. And we're actually putting a piece of cloth on the track. Can anyone tell me what the cloth simulates? What force is the cloth going to simulate? Friction. Good. Okay. We want to bring the cloth to here. And I got to grab a little bit of double-sided tape because we got to stick the cloth down. All right. So now we need the cart. Okay. And our meter stick. And that should be good. I definitely don't think we're going to get past this length. And since we don't want our track to move, we'll go ahead and take the edges of the track down. Hopefully this will keep it steady enough for the time we need to keep it in place. All right, so sorry about that. All right, so moving on. Basically what we're doing is we're playing the cart so that the rear axle is at the high notch. So notch A, you guys are familiar with notch A. Let me pick this up just ever so slightly more so you can see the ramp. I think I tightened the camera a little bit too much. Okay. As soon as I let it go, it dropped down. I didn't pick it up enough. Okay. So now, and sorry, I know there's a window there. It's putting a little bit of a glare. Let me see if turning this light off helps. Not much, but okay. All right, so you're going to release the cart and let it roll to a stop. And then measure the distance it rolled along the flat ramp. Okay, so I'm going to start here at notch A. And see. There we go. Oh, and it goes flying right off the ramp. That's interesting. Hold on one second. They cut these strips, but didn't cut them thin enough. So we have to make sure that we don't have any on the edges. Imagine if you guys had to do this in class, that would have been fun. Okay, let's try that again. This is taped down as well as it can be. Oh, wow, I think it went kind of far. It actually moved 40, well, the rear axle on A, it moved something like 42.7 centimeters. So I'll put that up on the board. So the trial is 42.7 centimeters. Okay, so now this is at the, I'm going to adjust our data. So we're going to put notch A, B, and C. 42.7 is 1, 2. So we'll do 5 trials at notches A, at all the notches. Okay, we are at now 39.7. And of course, I will take. Oh, we crashed. And here we are looking at, oh, wow, 47.5. All right, for 4. We hit an even 48. And then for the last one at notch A, we crashed. All right, so try it again. And that doesn't count because half of it was off the track. For the last one, we are looking at 48 and a half. Okay. So, moving on to the next one. We are now looking at notch B. For notch B, we moved a whopping 26.3. Here we're looking at 28.8. Nope, that hit my hand. Here we're, oh wow, we're looking at 34 flat. Interesting how it seems to get faster. And as I said that, we're down to 31.9. And last but not least, for height B, we are looking at 32.6. And the last one, we're doing from notch C, and that moved a blazing 20.6. $21.5. Hi. 20.5. And then 21.5, and last but not least, $21.4. See if there's anything else to this lab. Nope, that would be it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and readjust the camera and bring it back up this way. And try to adjust it for that's such a shame. I worked so hard to get it even yesterday. Okay. All right. So this is our data. Okay. So if you look at height A with the frictional forces, these were the distances in centimeters that you had. From height B, these were the distances in centimeters with the frictional force. And height C, these were the distances in centimeters. Now, what I do notice, which I'm going to do it here, you guys won't be able to see because I already moved the camera, but I'm going to take off the cloth strip. Let me get rid of the tape that's on the track as well. And I'm just going to do a trial for each, just one, so we can get an approximate idea of the distance that the cart will travel without any frictional force. So the tape just doesn't want to come off. Okay. So there's the tape. All right, so starting from the exact same points, from point A well, it actually hit the camera. So the camera unfortunately stopped it, but just to give you an idea, it actually went with the camera stopping at 92 centimeters. The camera also stopped it for height B. And for height C, it went a little over 70 centimeters. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how much the frictional force impacted it. Okay? So, any questions? I know you guys do miss the human interaction. I know it's tough not being able to hang out with your friends, not being able to see everyone. I was thinking about cutting classes down to 3 days a week because of concerns with how much work you guys get. But I'm thinking you guys don't get to interact with your classmates too much, so cutting class to 3 days a week might actually take away from your human interaction. So I'll give you an opportunity. You can weigh in here if you want to just weigh in here, or if you want to send me a message on Edsby, or, you know, let me know. What is G-Day? Okay. So I'll let you guys weigh in. I'll put something on Edsby and you guys can weigh in and we can go from there. Okay. But does anyone have any questions on this lab? I think the lab was pretty easy and pretty self-sufficient. How many of you guys, honestly, get the lab when I do it here pretty quickly? How many of you guys are comfortable with this setting? And the reason I ask is because, oh, okay. The reason I ask is because I know that they have another method that they're trying to get some of the IPS teachers to do. I know there's some virtual stuff that they're trying to get us to do. It's really up to us as long as you get the content. But I mean, are you comfortable with this method of learning? Does it make it easier for you? You can ask me questions, you understand it. So basically the whole live class, does this work for you? Because if it works for you, I'm not going to change it. I can give you some of their resources as supplements if you want to look at it, but I'm not going to change a method of teaching if you're comfortable with this method of teaching. Okay, so, all right, so I'll keep it this way. I just wanted to know what your opinion was. So does anyone have any questions on the lab? I mean, did it make sense? I think it was pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Be nice. We don't tell people to shut up. We didn't tell people in class. We're not allowed to tell people here either. Be nice. Okay, so, all right. So we'll keep it this way. I will provide supplemental resources if I have one that works for you, and we'll go from there. Okay. Despite the fact that I had to reconfigure for a different lesson, we actually got through the lesson in a little over 25 minutes. So any questions, comments, concerns? I'm not going to keep the stream on too long unless you have questions, but I will post the data on Edsby today. I'll also, actually what I'll do is I'll post the data along with the pictures of the, book. I'll post that on Edsby so that you have a baseline to work when you're answering your questions. Uh-oh, I think I have a cat down here. So, all right, guys. So I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Please don't forget to check your work. This assignment will be due Wednesday. I want you to A, focus on your test if you have not taken it yet. B, I want you to focus on your missing assignments if you have any missing assignments. And I want you to make sure, she actually won't come over here. In fact, I don't even know where she went. Aiden, is Snowball with you? Yeah. She went into the office. So please make sure you take your test. There's a PowerPoint review. There's also, you know, all the videos. So you can go ahead and use that. And retakes, again, will open tomorrow morning. And you can take retakes I'm going to let you know how it works. You're not going to retake the exact same link. A brand new link will be posted. The one that you took it on will remain closed. A brand new link will be posted for the retake. You'll take your retake, and then whichever score is better, I'll have to discount the other one. The reason for that is because I can't see your attempts. And since I can't see your attempts, if you were to take it a second time, I wouldn't see what the first one is. So I don't want you messing with the original link. So that link will close out tonight. Tomorrow morning, the new one will open up. Now, if you don't take it today, I'm not opening up a third link. You have to take it today. Okay? Please check your Edsby messages. I have to pass by the school and pick up the supplies for the next unit. When I come back here, I will work on prepping the next unit, getting your work done so that you can do your homework. And I'll be checking any assignments that are missing, because tonight some of those assignments are going to be 2 weeks old. So I think the only way to get some people's attention is to put zeros in and then let them realize that their grade dropped, they were missing something, and hopefully they'll go in and do their work. So, okay. All right, guys. Miss you guys. I wish we were in class, but we can't be. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow at noon. Have an amazing evening. Bye.